I'm a fat kid at heart, so like I fucking love food. So I do cheat, if you will, and
that's okay.
And I also, yeah, I don't feel like it's in a way that is affecting me. But I think once I'm slightly older, I'll probably get into like a super good intermittent fasting and healthier, cleaner.
I think it's a coin toss. You're either going to be fat because you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want, or you're going to go down that route.
I'm basically going to drink tequila and intermittent fast.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
What's Jake Paul going to look like after his boxing career?
I'll probably be, so people think I do steroids and all this shit. So I have a plan because I think it's fucking bizarre. That's like the only excuse they can come up with is like rigged fights. Jake Paul does steroids. So after boxing, I'm going to do a cycle of steroids to show people what Jake Paul on steroids actually looks like. Fair. Because I want to shut people the fuck up. But besides that, I'll probably just, intermittent fast and eat as clean as I can in that window. But I also don't want, I don't want to not enjoy life. Like I love dinners and just ordering hella shit. So,
and I think that's the balance for a lot of people. That's pretty much exactly where Joe is. I think Joe Rogan's in the same place. He knows if he eats a certain way, he's going to feel good, but he also wants to live his life, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at.
This is what I was saying, and this is what I've evolved to this place. I think when I was younger and started doing the content, I was much more kind of intense and in people's faces, but I feel like if you're thriving and your quality of life is where you want it to be, keep doing that. You know what you can do. You know exactly how to turn the lever, the dial, exactly where you want it. And you can turn it however you want. That's your right as a human. But what's interesting, I think, is that what I really want to communicate to people is that for people who have autoimmune disease or are suffering, I want them to understand like that's the time that you get really intense about it, because then you can really heal yourself. And if you don't have those issues, man, get whatever you want.
Yeah. No, I did have to go gluten-free for about 6 to 8 months because of my leaky gut. Yeah. And that was a big difference. But now that my gut is like fixed, I do the food tests in the blood probably like every 6 months just to see if I'm intolerant towards something. But after fixing that, I'm just like kind of turning the dial.
Yeah, and a lot of times this is the way it goes for people, that you can do something like carnivore or animal-based, which is again just meat and fruit basically, and then things kind of can get better over time, and you can add back in foods that cause issues for you. And I was talking to a friend the other day on his podcast, and that's what he was saying, that he had to cut out coffee, which is like sacrilege for most people. And then after he was able to do that, after he cut these things out, he was able to eat foods that he could never eat in the past. And so I think that the gut can heal. Again, it's a difficult science to really put into a box and understand in its entirety, but I think it's powerful making intentional dietary choices. And there's so many people I know that are listening to this podcast that have either depression or obesity or insomnia or don't have the libido they want, or they, whatever. And like the quality of the food that you eat, that can change everything for people. That's what's really valuable to me.